Alright guys, from St. Petersburg, this is Igor in Russia, and this is my video about on what not to do as a foreigner in Russia. Alright, what's up y'all? This is Igor in Russia. I'm a foreigner who travels to St. Petersburg and films the awesomeness of St. Petersburg, Moscow, and other cities of Russia, and also rural areas or whatever. Everything that's in Russia interests me. I have lived all my life in Europe, so I have a unique understanding about Russians, and I have the understanding on how to behave here and what to do or what not to do. In this video, we're gonna be checking out what you should not do as a foreigner in Russia. Let's go. Let's pass the Chinese tourists. What is this car doing here? So welcome guys to St. Petersburg, rainy St. Petersburg. And this is Malaya Neva, small Neva River. This is Vasily Island, northern side of it. And walking just on the embankment and showing you the beautiful St. Petersburg. This is not the best photo spot, but anyways, I think it gives us a good background for this video. All right, so I have Russian roots, but mostly I've been here in Russia so much and making this content, so I am able to, you know, put this in one, package this all information and let you know more about what you should not do in Russia as a foreigner. You know, first of all, we need to make understanding that Russia is a quite traditional country. You know, traditional values and you know, formal. Let's lay the groundwork for this video. So, and that actually lays the groundwork for the next information for you to process. And just from the top of my head, first of all, don't act obnoxious in the public. When you're in the public, you can be quite loud. You know, it's okay. Russians are loud people and emotional people, and that's okay. But you as a foreigner shouldn't make a number out of it. And for example, you know, well, let's say alcohol, which is also a different topic, but being under influence doesn't mean give you the right, as in some ways in Europe, to behave any way you want. No way. So you can be drunk, you can be having fun and showing it, but you know, all the negative stuff, you cannot pee in public, for example. That's a big no-no. Just no, you will be arrested for sure. Always in public, when you are in public, please note, behave properly and accordingly and respectfully. There's a lot of different, for example, Second World War monuments, memorials. There's a lot of churches. There's a lot of religious places. Always behave respectfully. And for example, if you go into church, you're not able to, for example, there's certain rules. These are not tourist church, most, like 99.9% out of them. So you cannot go inside the church, for example, in shorts. Women cannot go there without covering. So all that type of stuff comes with it when you enter, for example, a religious place. World War II has a very significant importance to Russian history. It bears kind of a holiness to it. So what you need to know is when you're at the memorials, eternal flames, or when there's celebration of, for example, VMF, Russian army celebrations, national celebrations, don't provoke, if you even want to, I don't know, but just in case, don't provoke with all some Western stuff, Western flags necessarily. That can be, in these days, man, I chose a loud place. These can be portrayed as provocations, so don't do that. Be respectful, respect traditions, and it's fine to be a foreigner, by the way. Foreigners are really appreciated if you act properly. If you respect others, you will be respected. But also foreigners are adored, you know. Oh, the people are very interested in you if you speak other language, which helps a little bit if you know, if you would know just even a little bit of Russian, that would help. And this is how I film usually, I just put this on and we go for it. Just a second before we continue with this video. If you're planning to come to Russia or relocate, you can get a free consultation from my friend, a migration lawyer from Moscow, Michael, Braiden Consulting. To receive a free consultation and the 10% off on legal services, fill out the form, link in the description, and have a great time in Russia. All right, back to the video. Just walking inside Vasily Island. All right, what else? In Russia, there's a tipping culture, but it's not as strict as in America. For example, if you are fine with the service, if you like it, so what you can do is you can tip off like 10-20%. That's all right. By the way, there's a female gym on the right side. I hope they don't think that I'm filming secretly. So anyways, tipping culture is okay, but it doesn't mean you have to pay the tip, especially if you're not satisfied with the service. But otherwise, yes, the salaries are low and tips are welcome. In restaurants, and especially in St. Petersburg, always, if you come if you're listening to the a lot of them are great street performances, street musicians. Remember, you're supposed to tip them as well, and don't be rude and not tip them. Most of people tip, surely not all, but you as a foreigner, 50, 100 rubles or 200 maybe, depending on how much you like it, that's not much for you, that's not much to any Russian either. Continuing on what not to do while you're in Russia. Whatever the political background or whatever the ways you have been influenced, for example, on some political issues, do not try to make a number out of it the same way you do it maybe in the West. So for example, if you want to shout something anti-Russian, I would not suggest that doing in Russia. That's not going to be looked at. That will be frowned upon. And if it's very political, well, you'll be arrested, no matter who you are, especially if you're a tourist. But I have to say, as a tourist, there's like I said in many videos, in Russia it's even more safe than maybe than most of the Western countries, even in many places, in many occasions, for sure. And that's me speaking with a foreign agent cap in Russia. So don't do any stupid stuff and you'll be fine. All right, then again, don't do this. Don't give your bank card to when you're buying some stuff, there's no need to give your bank card in any situations. In Russia, actually, online payments are most of the times like workable. Well, I mean, not online. I mean, you can pay with a bank card with a distance, without connection, pressing the card on your on the payment machine, what you call it. So everything should be very working. There is no need for anybody to ask your bank card, and nobody does ask. Why I'm saying this because well, I don't know in what kind of a shady places you are planning to go, but just in case, don't give you a bank card. There's no need for it. But bank cards usually, first of all, the Western bank cards don't work. So I have an instruction video on my channel where I suggest you to actually, if you're a longer period of time here in Russia and you carry some money with you, I have a guide video where I tell you how to actually open a bank account in Russia in like 15 minutes as a foreigner. So if you have that Russian card, there is a limitation for payments, but still, don't give your card in any occasion, and nobody asks for it. They might ask you if you're in some shady stuff. All right, always have a little bit, not much, few hundreds of rubles maybe with you in cash. If you go to some like flea markets, they usually you can pay online, but you probably don't have the time to open the application. And there's a ways to actually open that application even during the sanctions and boycotts. But still, what you need to do is bring cash with you, and you can pay cash. No need to do this bank-to-bank account transfers, which are very comfortable in Russia. Whoa, check it out. Beautiful churches all around. That's a beautiful spot over there. That is actually Sovetskaya Rюмочная. Rюмочная basically is a bar where you drink hard alcohol. From the Soviet times, there are separate locations from bars. Bars sure have also alcohol, strong alcohol, but people usually drink like beer and that type of stuff, and usually are well-behaved places. I've never been to Rюмочная, by the way. All right. And maybe one more note, if you're carrying a lot of money and didn't have this bank account opened, in Russian bank account opened. So if you carry a lot of money, which you shouldn't, and I tell you first, don't carry too much money with you, in case you as a foreigner get too drunk, go to wrong places. I haven't been to those places, even though I've done some crazy stuff here as well, getting drunk and get partying maybe. It's relatively safe. But if you're in some locations during the wild times, for example, Senna Square, whoa, I have to run. Make sure you don't have too much money on you. So in case something happens, if you leave I don't know, if they fall out of your pocket, it's not a big mistake. So I suggest if you're having just a good time in St. Petersburg center, for example, night out, and if you carry only cash, I don't know, maybe a few thousand should be enough. And if you're going all out like crazy, well, let's say 6,000 should be way enough. If you're even if you're sharing it with your girlfriend or your wife, and if there's the two of you guys, yeah, a few thousand should be enough for the full day if you're gonna go out and spend. Otherwise, your spendage daily is couple of thousand per day, depending on what you do. Museums cost around 300 to 600, maybe 800. Some events cost like 1,000 rubles, and usually they are paid online, and that's why the bank card helps a lot your experience. Oh, police car, check it out. But check it out, the church. I'm just saying that police car is here. Police is relatively close by everywhere, and they provides the feeling of safety. I think that guy was arrested. All right. Don't carry too much money, and don't show off your money either. You know, there's no need to. Once again, just a precaution, but just saying, trust me. All right, guys, otherwise, just the basic stuff. Don't offend people, respect the laws. And then again, be human to human, even in the meetings with the police. If you meet with the police for some reason, or some, I don't know, official, for example, at the border, be truthful, but always don't say it's a Russian thing. Don't say too much, say enough what you asked about. That's a good thing at the end for the ending of this video. Don't say too much, just say what you're asked about, and you will get far. All right, guys, from St. Petersburg, this is Igor in Russia, and this is my video about on what not to do as a foreigner in Russia. Пока-пока, and see you guys in my next videos. Watch also my older videos. Whoa. Watch also my older videos and subscribe.